You think a girl in Medellin want to give up her pussy for $25? I loaded the truck up. 5 joints, 125. Gave him a bonus and everything, man. I felt bad, but I helped out. Serious. I got the videos. I loaded them all in. They said $25. $25, 50.
Loaded the truck up.
5 joints for myself. Gave $50 a piece, double the salary, $250. Then I gave him an extra $250, $500, $100 a piece. They said they ain't working for 3 days. I helped out. But you think they...
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to admit, this video could not have come across my news feed at a better time. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. What is good? What is good? What is good, beautiful people? Of course, you know who I be. Good Mike TV back again once again. You should already know that this one is poised to be an instant classic in the making. If this is your first time to the Dr. Mike TV experience, make sure you subscribe and notify, and do all the good things to make yourself well versed in the good dots content. All my good stuff listed in the link in the description area below. IPA merch also located below this video as well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this video, whenever you're watching this video, at the time of the recording, Christmas is just around the corner. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about y'all, but it seems that tricking is at an all-time high around this time of year. Don't matter where you are in the world. And just hearing this particular banter from none other than rapper Cameron, who is one half of the It Is What It Is podcast, talk about his experiences with young ladies in, I think it's Medellin, trying to make sure I get it right, Colombia, kind of just seems to be fitting for what most passport brethren experiences are like, right? I'm not gonna say that they're all gonna go 100% well, but you already know, right? If you are about that pay-for-play life, 9 times out of 10, your experience is likely gonna be okay. Now, my man said that he tricked off $25 per young lady because that was what they was asking for. Ended up scooping up about 5 of them, did the quick math and realized that was about 125. Then he ended up doubling it, 250, and then ended up giving them 100 a piece for them to live their best life for at least the next 3 days, because they said that they weren't gonna go to work for the next 3 days. And in reality, I've kind of really seen this also in the Philippines as well. When young ladies get them a nice, we'll call them trick, you just call it for what it is, right? A guy that's willing to spend extra on top of what they ask for, most times they do not go back to work for days, right? Why would they? They got their money, or they made their quota, whatever you want to call it, for the week or whatever it is, and they could take some time off, right? They ain't got to go out there and, sell that thing like that. So it works for some young ladies. Now, I understand there's gonna be some girls out there, and I know I'm jumping around, just bear with me. Gonna be some young ladies out there, man, I mean, does he look, that's what you guys do, right? You gotta go over there, you gotta pay for it, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. You don't necessarily have to go over there and pay for it. I'm just gonna be honest, paying for it makes it easier, especially when you're just trying to get it in and send it along its way, right? If you try the boyfriend-girlfriend approach and you feel like you're gonna be able to talk to this girl and that girl, it just doesn't work that way. So for guys who opt in or feel like this is the only route for them to go ahead and trick it off a little bit, probably not as much as my man's did, when you take that opportunity, or that's the option that you choose, chances are you're doing that because you know you're there for a limited period of time. It's just easier to, you're not paying them to stay, you're paying them to leave, however you choose to run that rhetoric in your mind. A lot of guys choose that outlet because it's just a whole lot easier, right? If you don't speak Spanish, I think everybody understands the universal language of this right here, right? I mean, it speaks volumes, and it speaks a whole lot better than you trying to use your translator app, get to the point, right? So I'm not mad at the approach. It is a little crazy though, to me, that a former rapper who has had status in the past, would choose that route because, he's still a rapper, right? He's a podcaster now, but at the same time, I'm not gonna sit there and guarantee that $25, you know what, is quality that I would expect, my mans to go for. That's just me, right? $25 a piece. That sounds like some shit. That sounds like some shit I go for, right? I'm just saying I would expect the brother to go for something a little bit on the higher end. But hey, needless to say, my man did what he did, and apparently it was a quality that he was satisfied with. So my man went on and scooped up 5 of them, did the math on it, and had his fun. But if this is the route that you choose, ladies and gentlemen, please understand that this is not necessarily the safest way to play it. I'm just going to call it for what it is, because I do have to give you this PSA. Being the brethren who has traveled and lived overseas and know people who have participated in said activities, to pay for play. All right? Got to be safe on 100 different fronts, right? If you got to make sure the young lady ain't trying to set you up on that front, rob you for any reason, and you also have to make sure that you're playing it safe. You feel me? Gotta wrap your mans up, because you don't want to leave the country with that gift that keeps on giving until it don't give no more, right? You don't want to be left with them types of gifts, right? You don't want them. So, you do have to be careful taking that route. But I will never judge a man who chooses to take the pay for play route. And I'm going to tell you why. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. It is an easier way to go about it. Again, you'll have some people who will question your ability to be able to talk to women. So you just use your money. And, we always encourage never leading with our wallets and things like that. And this is true. I don't encourage it at all. But at the same time, if your time is limited and you really just trying to get to the point, like you really don't have the time, effort, and energy to go the scenic route, right? Let me talk to you a little bit and try to get to know you a little better, and then we'll see if I can get mine and you can get yours. If that's not the route that you want, there's probably, in my personal opinion, nothing wrong with dropping some ends. Now, you got to be careful, right? Again, flash too much, you're going to get yourself set up. I have seen that personally. I've seen, not necessarily it happen in real time, but I've seen a guy that, basically, how can I say this? He was a victim. Like, I've seen the aftermath of it, right? My man just came from traveling from one of them, I think New York, New Jersey areas or whatever, wanted to go to the Philippines for the first time. You realize his money went a long way, so he would walk around kind of like he was a dope boy, which is weird, with the thick ass wads of cash doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you go to the store, he pull that thing out, flip out a couple thousand and shit. It was something that I seen happen in real time. And in my mind, I was saying, bro, you need to chill out, right? I told him to his face, you might not want to do that. But I only saw the aftermath when he said, yo, bro, man, she took me for everything I had, man. And it was a whole conversation. So we do have to be careful. And, that was in the Philippines. Medellin, Colombia, Medellin. Oh, they just yeet you. They'll take you out, right? You know the stories, right? They'll just take you out in, those South American countries. So you still have to be careful on that front. So if that's the way you want to play it, don't be out there with all your money, man. Because what little bit you got can easily be taken. And the crazy part is, you ask for the value of a life out there, boy, you can get taken out for about $1,000. And I'm just roughly estimating. I remember a video that I put out before. I think a guy went over there and he ended up getting taken out for like $2,000, if I remember correctly. I did a video on it. It was about the passport guy that was the comedian. I forgot where he was in the United States, though. He looked Asian a little bit to me, but I think he was based in the United States. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you can become a cautionary tale at any turn, whether it be you just catch something or you get caught, right? It goes both ways. So you just got to be careful. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. That's just my time, effort, and energy. Appreciate y'all locking in. It's been a good time, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed. And be careful out here in these streets. Dog is out. Peace.